Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between TBCBM and Effect. Effect spawning as, well, the red human player this time around. Let's take a look at the population count. And I gotta switch colors once more, because there we go. Now I can make the colors line up to actually what's going on there, and it doesn't confuse me nearly as much. Effect spawning as the blue human player over here on the top right-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom, we have TBCBM spawning as, well, the Undead. If I had to tell you that, you probably are not a WarCraft 3 fan. And if you are not a WarCraft 3 fan, I ask you why you're watching this video. If you want to become a fan, that's great. The game is over 15 years old, so you do have a little bit of ground to make up in terms of understanding everything that is happening. But then again, that's what I'm here for. Alright, Archmage, most likely going to be trained up here. The Altar of Kings was sped built in order to clear out this Rock Golem creep camp very, very quickly. Meanwhile, at the other end, we are going to be looking at a Death Knight now being trained up. And once again, for all of you guys out there who have subscribed to me in the past for YouTube, or excuse me, on Amazon, please consider doing so again, especially if you have a free subscription through Amazon Prime. Pretty much it directly supports me, but you do have to do it month after month. It does not automatically renew, and well, therefore I don't get any additional benefit. Alright, I think people had asked me in the past what were my favorite players, and I said by race, Moon would be my Night Elf, Grubby would be my Orc player. I believe it was Ted who made some new headway and reintroduced strategies, making Undead relevant again. Back, I believe, in like 2014, coming out with that tier 2 Undead push that was really, really good. And then it would have to be a toss-up between Sky and Tho for human. Tho is, both of them, I believe, are Chinese players. I don't know why the Chinese players are so much better at human than so many of the other races, why the majority of them are that particular race. I think subs do resub automatically unless you cancel that automatic option. Oh, if that is the case, well then, that is awesome. Anyways, Death Knight gonna go ahead and get some easy experience off of that Water Elemental there. Death Coil finishing off another unit. Vampiric Aura, not the item that the Archmage was looking for. Yeah, and as the Archmage is going to be heading back off to the north here. Yeah, Moon and Tho both are very, very, just very, very good players that I enjoy watching. They have really strong play styles, very unique play styles as well, and just good to watch them play. Julian Toker, thank you for streaming. You, Clayzart, and Husky are the reasons why I got into esports in the first place. I'm glad you're still around. Yep, I am still around. I've been doing WarCraft 3 since, I believe, 2009. So, yeah, I've been casting for over 9 years. I am perhaps a veteran in the industry, even though I never, quote-unquote, made it big, because, well, I couldn't support all of the traveling, and, well, also, no one actually asked me to go. Alright, Clayzart actually had 300 words per second. I don't know. At 300 words a second, people already complain about me not saying too much, describing what's happening on the screen. We have eyes. I can tell that the skeletal minion just died. Why are you telling me? Well, it's so that some players and some viewers can, well, not have to constantly watch and still know what's going on here. Anyways, Death Knight now backing off. And so far, TBCBM is just pretty much playing at the front door. He's not doing all that much yet. He's doing a lot of harassment, and it is fairly effective so far. It looks as though Effect is feeling the effects of this harassment and constantly being forced to try and train up more and more peasants. Let's go ahead, head back off to the north here. We are going to be looking at an expansion attempt. The Acolyte joined in on the fight, giving double hand slaps against that Water Elemental, as the Water Elemental does get taken down. Death Knight now coming back across here. He's trying to steal some experience, but unable to do so. He had a Death Coil ready to go. Not quite sure why he isn't doing that, as the Death Knight double backs around, tries to find an easy target, still has no easy targets nearby. There's the Death Coil. There's level 2, as he now picks up Unholy Aura. Death Knight now pulling away. Let's see, a Water Elemental. Well, it looks as though an Acolyte, oh, unable to get the final shot off on that Peasant. Is he going to be able to get it down? Oh, he just walked up to the peasant and didn't get the shot off there. However, Crypt Fiend does show up in time to go ahead and take down a Water Elemental. Death Knight back at home, taken a lot of damage, also burned through a scroll of Town Portal. Back off to the north, Archmage was perhaps looking for this Crypt Fiend. Did he somehow lose track of a low hit point Crypt Fiend? That would be, well, not hilarious, but actually problematic. You do not want to allow low hit point units to get away so easily. Effect going to have 2 bases up here in just a moment. But Undead's playing 2 bases to 1 just seems like a matter of fact as opposed to a disadvantage at this point.
Our forces are under attack.
Undead having a difficult time setting up expansions of their own, and a good army that is good at dealing damage to units is generally not very good at dealing damage to buildings. Death Knight now going to show up to the party here, doesn't want to get stuck, and you can take a look at how problematic that is already. Death Knight down to 64 hit points. He is currently trying to get away. Archmage launching those fireballs. That Death Knight now down to 43 hit points, down to 18. And is the Archmage going to get a final blow? It looks as though he might be able to do exactly that. And you can take a look, down to 33, down to 6. RNG as the Archmage is still chasing after the Death Knight. Frost Nova comes across, slows down. Is the Death Knight going to be able to get away? He's going to be able to get back up onto the high ground, go back around. He's hugging the corner, trying to see if he can go to the shop. As we take a look, there is the heal, the potion of healing being transferred, and that Death Knight escape. That was some big random number generation right there. The Archmage must have done the bottom, the floor of that random attack. 29 damage. Add in the armor armor on that Death Knight, and things all of a sudden went, okay, that's not too bad. Footman now going to go ahead and try and engage. Skeletal Minion's going to go ahead and engage as well. I thought that Archmage was done for. Little did I know. Well, tag you're it, a game of slow coming in from the Lich, as the Lich does some big damage there. Obsidian Statue now out onto the field. The Obsidian Statue is going to be very problematic, as it doesn't provide hit points in addition to mana across multiple units. Crypt Fiend's taking a little bit more damage than they should. Death Knight still has plenty of mana, should be able to get off a Death Coil on a low hit point Crypt Fiend, as the Death Knight unable to heal up that Obsidian Statue. Units are just going to be backed up. All right, you can take a look. Obsidian Statue is regenerating hit points based off of that Unholy Aura. Some people were asking in previous games, does Unholy Aura affect mechanical units and regenerate their hit points? Yes, it does. All right, Water Elemental looks like it could get taken down, and it will in fact get taken down. Level 2 on the Lich, excuse me, Death Knight, level 1 on the Lich, as we're now getting into towers. Now, it seems like I need to repeat myself over and over again. As of late, Undead players have been able to, well, figure out how to stop this human tower attempt, as we just see a tech to tier 3 Black Citadel, double slaughterhouses, meaning double obsidian statues. Then you just get 5 obsidian statues to transform them one by one and then have them absorb mana from each other, and all of a sudden you have this anti-heavy armor army that deals splash damage from the air. Let's take a look at this. Crypt Fiend should be able to put pressure onto some of these buildings as they are under construction. Skeletal Minions are going to be able to slip through. Death Knight now out across here as well. Is it going to be enough? One scout tower going to get taken down. Footmen now trying to make their rounds out. Low hit point Crypt Fiend in the front position. Did that Death Knight just somehow squeeze through? Yes, it did, as the Footmen do in fact have defend. The Water Elemental is going to be able to get, or the Crypt Fiend is going to be able to get away. Yes, it will at 217 hit points, as the Skeletal Minions are now backing off. More damage still being dealt across multiple units here. I don't see any additional Obsidian statues joining in on the fight, but one Destroyer already up. And as soon as one Destroyer is up, you know a second one could be up as well, as we still see 1/3 Obsidian statue in the back. There's some Devour magic already, as 2 Obsidian statues turned into Destroyers in just a matter of seconds. All right, let's see. Obsidian statue, 3rd one. Gonna go ahead and turn into a Destroyer, as the guard towers are now under heavy distress. Let's take a look at that splash damage already. 1 guard tower unable to get taken down, as 2 Destroyers are still up in the air. Footmen able to escape away. This is still problematic, though. There is still plenty of guard towers and not enough Destroyers, as 1 guard tower does get taken down. All right, Destroyers now try to back off. As we're taking a look, where are these destroyers going next? Are you late? This is my second game of the day, but I should be continuing the cast as well as the Forest Troll Warlord. Gonna get taken out. Ogre Warrior is now taken down. Lich, sitting at level 1. Another Obsidian statue will be joining in. And some people have asked me, how come I don't stream longer? I highly doubt other streamers actually talk at the same level as I do in terms of words per minute. I probably have a higher words per minute rate than most Twitch streamers out there, since I am in fact casting. Anyways, Mountain King out onto the field. You can take a look. Goblin Zeppelin ready to land inside a very tight situation. We are going into abominations with that all-important disease cloud, which augments or offsets any healing. We are also going to be looking at a Goblin Sapper making its way in, and in comes the Goblin Zeppelin. Is the Black Citadel actually in range? And yes, it is. Oh, Black Citadel, is it going to be able to take down these units? Oh, the Black Citadel didn't realize that there was actually a building there, and it's now going to try and destroy itself. Yes, straight up on that one tower. I'm sure it wanted the gold mine, couldn't get there in time. And now, well, the serious trouble is arising. Effect saying, you know what? I'll gladly trade one of your bases for one of mine, since, hey, I in fact have 2 bases. Destroyers now showing up to the party, gonna devour some magic and eat apart some footmen. And this is just gonna feed the experience of the undead army. Ghouls, well, not slacking on the job, still working away as the footmen are gonna get taken down here. The remaining units are going to retreat by the Goblin Zeppelin. Only 1 Footman, Archmage, and Water Elemental are left. Alright, Death Knight out onto the field here, trying to put pressure onto the castle. TBC BM, that is not a good spot with his units right now. Only 1 meat wagon. Perhaps that is enough to offset, but there is still a lot of repair going on. Perhaps the meat wagon should be able to disease cloud this area here, preventing much of the repairing, as the destroyers are still looking to take down this castle here. Meanwhile, back across, Mountain King, Archmage, now Tome of Retraining. That is an interesting call. Tome of Retraining is going to mean that the destroyers are going to have a great time, as they are just going to be able to stand in that blizzard and not really be affected by anything. However, the destroyers don't even have to worry about much damage anywhere else right now. Where is that Archmage? What is he going to really hope to do? The Archmage has no way of bringing a fight to the destroyers. Without a way to bring the fight to the destroyers can just lay in position and just constantly put pressure down. You can see the meat wagon is still getting in damage. You can see the disease cloud preventing much of the healing, and there is still a little bit of splash damage right there. Goblin Zeppelin, 1 Footman, 1 Mountain King, and a world of difference to make if they can somehow make some sort of play. All right, meat wagon still coming in with that damage. Multiple obsidian statues. Paladin, human tri-hero, trying to get trained up, but this is not going to work out well. All right, Paladin gonna go ahead and nearly be trained up. You see Blizzard going down across multiple units. Please do speak in English. It is very difficult for me to try and keep track of what's going on. And hopefully, well, if I need to start moderating my channel, that would be a bigger issue as well. Anyways, Mountain King, Paladin is going to make it out. Down to 75, 71. Yes, no, it does not make it out. I thought it was going to be able to make it out. Does not make it out in time, as it is still 2 heroes to 2. 3 meat wagons are out onto the field. Multiple obsidian statues are here to try and heal back up. And you can take a look. This castle is still under heavy distress. All right, let's see what's going to be happening there. Destroyers are out on the field trying to put pressure onto the Archmage. Archmage has no way to deal with these destroyers whatsoever, but we could perhaps be looking at a fleet of flying machines being trained. No, it is going to be siege engines instead. Destroyers still lobbing attacks. Archmage taken down by what I have to be is some Frost Novas and Death Coils, being able to catch that Archmage out of position once more. Mountain King gonna go ahead and try and escape. Resurrection back at the tavern means that they will pay a premium in order to keep that unit up and alive. 14 minutes and 50 seconds into this game. That is still, this is still, well, no, I would not say it's anyone's game. It is pretty much TBC BM's game to lose. only by making some drastic mistakes will he allow Effect to get back into this game. And if he lets Effect get back into this game, well, shame on him. More damage being dealt to the castle here. Well, siege engines are now trying to make their way over. Ziggurat is going to get taken out, but one meat wagon can easily defend against these siege engines here, as it is fortified armor. All right, let's take a look. Meat wagons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meat wagons just lobbying right now, as that is the game. Effect losing this game here between Effect and TBCBM. TBCBM did have the higher or lower score, but in this instance, score didn't matter. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.